the people that he served. Uh, in spite of no matter what anybody else says or thinks about Mr. Mays, he was a amazing, outstanding, numero uno, second to none public servant. Okay, he had his public service game together. So that's what I'll be remembering him by. His public service work and how hard he fought for us to have opportunities and to reap benefits that were meant for us and to educate us on how the processes go so that we could benefit from them. So that's how I remember him. You know, you hear a lot of things, but I don't have to go by what I heard. I dealt with him personally. He came to my house. I went to his house. Okay. We weren't best friends, but we were up close and personal. And like I said, he was a great public servant. And I mean, and his politics was on point. You know, none of us are perfect, but I want to say his strong point was definitely the way he went about serving the first ward. And anybody that called him needing help, if you weren't getting the service that you deserved or needed, you can call Mr. Mays day or night. And if he didn't pick up, he definitely call you back. So that goes a long way with me, especially concerning how I spend my tax dollars, because sometimes it's hard to navigate the process without knowing somebody. And regardless to how anybody else felt about him, he will always be somebody to me. He was, I mean, you know, if I'm going to be in public service, I will model how I treat the people that I serve after him. So what's going on, Michael Clack? And here's my co-host, Michael Clack.
What's
I
going
jumped
on?
right into it because I am feeling some type of way, but I'm thanking God I'm thanking God for another day. I also lost a classmate of mine, Dave Lover Ma. Okay, aka Dave Lover. Very nice guy, very cool dude. He was the MC, me and I in the high school talent show together at Flint Northwestern. He was my 10-year date for our class reunion. And, when we didn't have a date for stuff like that, we give each other stand in. But anyway, he was a really nice guy, very down to earth, excellent chef, just a really cool dude. So this has been a rough week. So I want to definitely remember both of them. Mike, like, what's going on with you?
Uh, Nothing much. Just living life, man. It's been 6 days since Eric left the earth, and it's just been, we all think we all just kind of numb.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Again, I've been knowing Eric since I want to say '83, the '80s.
Yeah.
The '80s. Eric worked on my dad's campaign. Again, I said he came up with that with his slogan when he ran for city council: "Get on the right track with Clack." That's what Eric, and Eric was. I remember when I ran against Mr. Winfrey for county commissioner. He was like, "Why don't you use the slogan?" I'm like, "Man, I'm not using that whack ass slogan. I'm not using this, man." But he was like, "Man, it got your daddy in. It's gonna get. It's gonna do it for you." I'm like, "Man, I'm not doing that, man. Get on the right track with Clack." I'm like, nah. But yeah, Eric came up with that, man, and I remember Eric. I ain't gonna tell all the memories,
Right.
just but I remember my earliest was when my dad. I'm pointing this way, like downtown that way. My dad used to have his meetings at Carriage. Was it Carriage Town? Right up in there. Eric used to bring me French fries. So I remember that. But I don't really like even just sitting doing the memory, the whole let's go down memory lane thing because I'm gonna end up
buzzing out too.
yeah.
But
So
I will say this: this is the funniest. Mr. Mays, Councilman Mays, he used to be he was in the union with me down in Saginaw in the UAW, and he had ran for secretary and he won and all that. But when we talk about Saginaw, he always get tickled. Yeah, that's where I caught my first felony at. He just was so down to earth and he was hilarious. Okay, he was hilarious. He had an amazing sense of humor. As serious as he was about his politics, was as hilarious as he was. And he shared his life with you and where he been along his journey. So I just definitely want to play pay homage to him. I'm gonna miss him. I'm telling you, because like I said, me and him are arguing, beating, went off on each other and everything. And then I need him maybe a day or two later, and he be on point. He be dry with it, but he'd answer
That's
my
the
questions.
that's the one thing Eric gonna be dry
Yeah,
with you.
he'll be
He gonna
dry
be
with
dry.
it.
What you want? What you calling me
What you
for?
need?
What
What
you
you need?
calling me for? Like
I see what I can do. I
yeah,
call you
and
back.
yeah,
Bam! I
and
ain't right up in your
yeah,
face.
but he'll call you back and say,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
he would.
that's the one thing I remember. I was so nervous when we had that forum. I think Rich Jones still put that forum on at that church. And when it was 9 people, it was like 9 or 10 people running for state rep,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so nervous. And Eric called me. I was getting off of work. Eric called me and was like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do." But it's just Eric was one of them people that really did care. You know what I mean? Like Eric, he knew that because I had already called him a couple of times, just asking him for information. You know what I mean? But he called me. I think the forum started at 6, maybe. I'm leaving work at 4:30, and Eric called me like, "What you gonna do?" But you know, um, he gave me some pointers. He said you need to touch on this, and you need to touch on this, and you need to talk about this. So he was always, and he did say when me and Mickey went to the radio station, that he was handing over the reins. Remember that, Rick, Mick? But he gave me the microphone. I'm like, Eric, what you doing, man? He's like, no, man, sit down. Then he went out in the other room and just sat and stared at the wall.
He knew. I think he
So
knew.
I do
I
too.
think he knew.
I do too. Especially, I remember listening to that council meeting when he said what he said. I was like, man, we look at it like, why would you say that?
Wasn't that his last council meeting?
I believe it was. Like, why would you say that? When you hear about my home going, don't care nothing. Don't what he say? Don't care about me, or don't worry about me, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what you
You
mean?
hear about my home going, don't
Yeah,
worry about me.
yeah.
Something to that effect. I'm just, I'm baffled. You know what I think he knew? Man, because when me and Miss Burns, I shared that with y'all when we went and checked on. Who is that beating on that door like that? I ain't receiving no company right now. Man, look, Miss Burns, Councilwoman Burns looked at me. I said, okay, that's fine. We were just checking on you, making sure you were okay. He was like, I'm all right. He piped down a little bit. I said, all right, we'll talk with you later. I'm so devastated because that was the last time I heard his voice.
I texted him about 2 weeks ago. He didn't respond. No, it's about 3 weeks ago now.
And that's how you knew that it was bad news. Because Mr. Mays absolutely always responded, got back in touch with you. If he didn't, it's because he didn't know you had reached out to him. Yeah. I don't care where you were, he was going to call you back.
Eric would respond. Eric would be texting me while we sitting in city council chambers. He up there, Eric, remember that meeting I went up there? Eric texted me and told me, man, come on up here. And I'm like, man, I can't come up there, can I? And then here comes Judy. You got to go. You got to go. But you know what I'm saying? Eric knew that I was just getting into politics. This is right after, not too long after I got on the board. So I'm sitting there reading over the agenda and I'm looking at all that stuff. And Eric telling me,
And while we're on 1420, I do want to say this. Tomorrow, Saturday, they are having a candlelight vigil in front of Flint City Hall at 6 o'clock p.m. for Mr. Eric Mays, hosted, to my understanding, by his son. And they do have a statement out concerning that matter that was sent to me that I would like to read when we get off the 1420 side. I'll read it to the A10 News Media Group that is on Facebook and YouTube if you care to join us after the 1420 segment. And also, I want to speak on before we run out of time. The lady in Detroit. Oh, she's in big trouble. She in big trouble. The housing chick. Let me see. Is it in my gallery?
Oh, you talking about the lady that
Yeah, let me see what her name is. The Thomas United Community Housing Coalition. And then I done screenshot this. Let me see, because we doing 1420 on the radio. So
you send that to Mickey already?
no, I didn't send it to Mickey because y'all know I ain't fancy like that. It's a Detroit woman has been charged in a federal criminal complaint for allegedly running a scheme that stole houses from dozens of Detroiters. Officials said Zena Thomas, 60, was arrested on Wednesday and is accused of conspiring to commit wire fraud, and then it says wire fraud, money laundering, and aggravated identity theft. The U.S. Attorney Don Isom said. So it sounds like she in big trouble, and she on
She
here.
ain't do all that by herself.
Oh, she don't tell. Oh, when they get to you hear all them charges they hitting her with.
Yeah, but they got her up there,
Federal
got
this,
that black
federal
woman up
that.
there grinning and everything like she
Well,
was all by herself.
That's
spilling all
better
that.
days. That's when she was first getting in. Thinking
She
she on this picture thinking I'm finna
tear their ass up. Look at me.
Look, she like this.
Show me the money. The money that way.
Give me the job. Oh, I'm on their tail. And then they even say one of the houses that she took in this illegal scheme, she moved in. Okay. Yeah, she living in. She took these people's house and then they moved on up in there and they just out.
She just riding by scoping out people's houses like that's me.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm in there.
She's over some program in Detroit where she's supposed to be helping people that are behind on their taxes, maybe seniors and stuff like that.
So she getting a list of people that's behind on their taxes, making the move on their property while they vulnerable and trying to get help. Yeah, she back door in the back door. Yeah.
They always got, like, I'm gonna say it again. Working class people, poor people, I don't care what color you are. If you a working class person or you're poor, see, because she didn't see if you was black, white, green, or brown.
She seen that green.
See if your property was in trouble and what your
estimated
value was. Okay, and which one she
rolled by.
I'm gonna get that one for mama. I'm gonna get my, and I'm tired of my sister moving in and out with me. I'm gonna get her that one because her and her kids gonna stay up out my house.
Ashy ass kids.
I got get out my house. Their mama ain't doing them right.
But yeah.
But anyway, on the 1420 side, we're getting ready to wrap up. If you want to continue with us, and we're going to take phone calls also at 810-893-0107, starting at 5:30. 14:20 a.m. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Again, that candlelight vigil for Councilman Eric Mays is going to be held tomorrow down in front of the Flint City Hall at 6:00 p.m. And to my understanding, this is being hosted by his son. So I definitely want to support that. Bring your own candle if you like, but if you don't bring one, then they're going to have candles while supplies last. So come on down and show your respects, because like I said, it wasn't just the first war that lost somebody. The city of Flint lost a soldier because he was for all of us. He fought hard for the first war, but if nobody was standing up for you, then he'd stand up for you too. And that's what made him such a great leader. So I want to remember him in that way. You know, and all the stuff that they used to say about Mr. Mays, about he was a crackhead, and he was none of that. What Mr. Mays used to love is Keno. And we'd be up in the White Horse and he'd keep me up in there for hours playing Keno. Oh my God. But I'm gonna miss going in there with him while he played Keno. I'm gonna miss Mr. Mays. So we're gonna dedicate this segment to Mr. Mays, and I hope to see you at the candlelight vigil in his name. Thank you and have a blessed day. Love somebody. Love yourself. Make yourself a priority. Treat people right. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It doesn't take anything to be decent, just a little heart. So we want to keep it right there, and we'll see you tomorrow. All righty. Check us out on 810 News Media Group. You got something to say, Mr. Clack? Okay, we out, and we on 810 News Media Group on YouTube and on Facebook. Peace.
So what you gonna do? Is you gonna run or is you ain't? What you gonna do?
You is so wrong for this. You ain't even let me hang.
I wasn't finna
hang up good.
What you gonna do?
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? The first thing I'm gonna do is mourn my friend. I'm gonna mourn my friend. Of course, I've considered it. I've got a lot of calls about people. I'm passionate about me being a strong leader, and I really appreciate that. You don't know how good it makes me feel because, like Mr. Mays, you know, when you stick your neck out there, try to do what's right for the people or what's right for the working class or what's right for the poor or the elderly is not what always what's right with the powerful or the rich or the well positioned. And sometimes that makes you a target. Sometimes that makes you unpopular. Comes with a lot of pressure. So I won't say that in my consideration that I haven't thought about all those things. However, I also thought about the fact that the first ward got to be represented,
Yeah.
And I won't even pretend like my politics is anywhere near as sophisticated as Councilman Mays's. But what I can say is that I try to do people right, and I try to stand for the right thing. Like I said, I just figure if I stand up for the underdog, then I should be all right. I'm healthy. I'm educated. I'm determined. So I figure that if we make good policies, look out for other people who may not be in that position, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to succeed. I just feel like you shouldn't need all this setup to survive. If you're such a great politician or you such a great whatever it is you claim to be, then why you gotta always constantly stack the deck and tear other
That's
people
what I just said.
down?
Why you gotta, yeah.
Ooh, that takes so much. That takes so much juice.
Let me interject real quick because I agree with you. But the one thing that I don't think that Eric would want us to do is sit and be stagnant. I don't think that he would want you to. I mean, I'm not saying don't mourn my man, but I'm saying I don't think he would want the work to stop. I think he would want the work to heat up. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking he want us to go in overdrive right now. So see.
Yeah.
And thanks, Dollar Bill. Don't be running. Don't be running.
I just want y'all to know, just to even be considered, just to know that you feel that way about me is an honor. I want you to know that if ever I stepped out there like that, my first priority would be to serve the people. Because, like I said, I'm not greedy. It doesn't take a lot for me to eat and eat good. I can feed myself. My yoke is light. I'm single. I don't have children. So when I eat a steak dinner, my family is ate good sufficiently. I have a roof over my head. And I gotta say, Mr. Mays was a man after my own heart when it came to his public service. And I love people and I love the Lord, and I like to do people the way I like to be done. I don't want you acting like you want to represent me and you coming to represent yourself or to snatch the bag for you and yours. And don't get me wrong, if I got into a position to do anything, yes, I'm going to look out for my family too, but I'm going to look out for your family as well. And I'm going to look out for your family first because if I take care of your family, then you shouldn't be mad
Big Shady.
when I. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Renee Jackson.
What happened?
You shouldn't be disappointed when I take care of my family. But I take care of your family first because I could put my family on my back and carry my family. Like I said, I don't have children. I have my mother. And best to know, me and mama gonna be all right. Okay, I'm gonna let my coattail flap in the wind for me and mama be down and out. Ain't nobody gonna stop that, only God.
So that's a yes.
That's a strong maybe. That's a strong probably so. That's
well, look, in my yo voice, nah. In my yo, I've been practicing my nah.
Don't do me, Michael Clack. Yes, but and to even go further, if I was blessed enough to be able to obtain the position, I gotta represent.
Of course,
because he was such a great representative. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. You can't. This is the thing. You coming after somebody like Eric,
right?
Who's larger than life. You know what I mean? Especially
OMG.
Again, there is. You see what everybody's saying, and again, you would have my complete support. But
I was selected by Mays to be on the ethics.
So what that mean?
No, they was asking was she selected by
Mays. Yes, that means a lot. That would mean because Eric ain't gonna just throw somebody up there.
Right. Oh no. And he'll call me up. And he'll call me up in a minute when that ethics and accountability board, and it was always shaky, okay? He'll call me, what's going on? What the hell? Y'all know good and well. And I'll be, Eric, I'm just one vote. I tried to
Can
tell
you
him.
put no name up there?
Oh, he would be right. He ain't play that. Well, you need to tell them. Yes, sir. I did tell them. If you go back and watch the video, because he didn't play that. You don't get his support and then do how you want to and just show you're behind and don't. He ain't play that.
Hey, no name. You forgot about Jonathan Jarrett. You forgot about Mr. Jarrett. That's a good man. I've been knowing him since I was a kid.
Yeah,
and he's gonna represent that ninth ward.
Oh yes, strong, positive young mother. Yes,
church going man, church going. You know his family. You know, so yeah, I
yes, and you know I'm excited about. We lost Mr. Mays, and that's what's so devastating for me because I feel like we're in the middle of a turnaround concerning our politics, our city council, everything. It just feels like we're at our pivoting point, and he was such a force in that. He was such a strong voice and such an advocate to turn things around for us. And to know that he won't be there to see this to the end. But yes, if I got to drag his memory with me, you know, one thing about it, if anybody know me, if I take the job, then I'm going to do my best. You know, whether it means standing alone, whether it means turning to gin and juice, and I don't drink, for the record, you know. But when I come outside, no matter how I'm, first of all, let me be honest, when I'm in my prayer closet or when I'm praying or when I'm asking my sisters that stand in the gap for me to pray for me. Know that when I come back out, I'm coming back out 10 toes to the ground, strong, standing on business, swinging. Okay, I'm not gonna show up if I'm not gonna stand up. So, and when I'm not sure, then you know the problem will be I don't have Mr. Mays to go to because Mr. Mays actually helped me write a article of appeal against my union before. Okay, and when I say he gave me the game on that, he got Mr. Mays gave me some game. He gave me the game on it, and they cleared my whole record out. You know, and they had stacked me up tall. Mr. Mays, I don't know if you knew this, but Mr. Mays sued General Motors and represented himself,
and won.
And they tried to pay for him to go to law school. But he told me he had $140,000 in his pocket, and his baby mama was calling him, so he didn't have time for that at the time. Oh, he was so hilarious. So you know, and you know, we have some other great leaders that are strong. To not have that knowledge there though, because he knew how that process,
experience.
He knew how that process worked. He knew how that machine worked. Especially the finances. He understood that money, baby. Yes, Mr. Mays was smart. Yeah, I've heard through the show. Still in the community council through you, Carol. Yes, absolutely, and I would feel obligated to make sure that
So I'm gonna go ahead.
I knew a few things that he was working on, and I would definitely try and check into those things and move those things forward because he put a lot of man hours into it. Mr. Mays used to actually read the work and bust it down and research it. So,
and Robert's rules and charter you know all of that.
He knew my charter.
All of that.
He knew his stuff and my stuff. Section such and so and so say y'all supposed to did this and did that. Y'all don't know the charter. I'd be like, Mr. Mays, I told them that it was bound over there. I had to explain it all the way down. Yeah, well, I still don't agree with it. I hear what you're saying, but I want you to understand.
You know what?
I don't agree with it.
Chris, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put together a slate. I don't know if I should be saying that out loud, but I'm gonna put together a slate.
Don't say it out loud.
I'm just saying, everybody know who running.
Yeah, but don't let them know your game plan.
Everybody know,
you know your game plan. Yeah, because them devils is, let me tell you something, they ain't sleeping because we gotta be honest. Mays was like the dam. He was like Hurricane Katrina. He was the levee. You know what I'm saying? He was the levee. He was holding that back. He was holding a lot of. We think. Yeah, they gonna get a slate. Mays was shaping.
Yeah, but who they going like? Here's the thing: who can they get that's morally and ethically and honest and ain't gonna break the law and ain't gonna sell out? I mean, if that's what the city continues to want, I think. But I really think the city is tired of that. I really think, I really do. I think the city and now especially at this point when, like you said, the levee done broke, the levee has left the building. People like, man, what we gonna do now? We can't. We keep on doing the same thing that we do. We keep doing that. It ain't gonna be no Flint. it ain't gonna be no Flint. So. Oh no.
I know it. It would have been a yes, Tara. I would have been honored to serve with Mr. Mays to get that experience while he was sitting next to me.
I got Carol. No, they can't. Carol, that can't go over there.
What? To do what? What you
talking about? You're looking at who they need to get Carol. Nope. I call Slate first.
Everybody is ready to get ready, including your political enemies. Oh, they absolutely are. That's how it goes.
Oh, you talking about Dion Freeman?
Oh, yep. Yes. Oh, yes. Political enemies. You can best to know. I've heard about the Facebook comments and seen a couple of them, and everybody's not sad. Mr. Mays is, but that's their party to throw. And I don't rejoice in other people's misery like that. Even if I don't like you, I just ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't getting on the post and saying nothing. Unless you did something directly dirty to me, then I might.
But even then, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna wish no damn, to the dead. I'm sorry.
Right, maybe to my homegirl over a glass of wine, I might speak on it, but I'm not. Because the politics is always gonna have differences, and everybody won't always see eye to eye and feel like what's best for one is best for all. So we'll always have those disagreements, but we have to be, first of all, humane about it.
She sure would.
We have to be humane about it.
Again, why I said she should stay where she is.
Oh my God!
This mic clip, wire clip.
But I am going to say this. I've had some interesting calls, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm not considering it. I would be lying. I would definitely do my best. I'm just gonna do the work. I'm just gonna try to do the work, but we'll see what's required, and I'm hoping that I can meet the requirements because I still have a day job. Mr. Mays was retired. One thing's for sure. To whom much is given, much is required, and if you gave me, when I say that, I mean give it. If the voters gave me their vote, then I understand that I have to handle my business. Pfeiffer, yup. Let me see. God is not pleased how certain people on the council have been moving.
How does that even work?
So y'all call in. Y'all call in.
How does that even work? Like
810-893-0107.
What is it? What's the number?
810-893-0107. And folks be calling me when we ain't on the show.
Well, you put the number out there.
When the show is on, don't nobody. Y'all call me because I'm sad today. I need to hear some words of encouragement. I do. What are you gonna do, Michael Clack? You still in this thing? You swinging? What you?
Yeah.
Because I done checked out. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but if you, but you was on my campaign. If you run, I got to find a replacement.
I mean, I can't help you.
I'll find a replacement.
Okay, well, I'll let you know for sure. Bye. They got it. I got it.
No, we got. Hey, y'all.
Okay, let me see. This is.
She gonna run.
Primary and the general election, but the first war will happen soon. Okay.
I don't plan on losing.
All right. All right, Carly, you on?
Hey, how are y'all doing this afternoon?
Hey,
doing good.
Doing good. How you doing?
This is Tia.
I thought that was Tia.
Hi, Miss Tia.
Hold on one second, y'all. Sorry. my Bluetooth headset at my truck, so forgive the
I
noise,
ain't
y'all.
swinging.
Huh?
Go,
Oh
go.
no, I'm just.
I'm sorry. I'm a truck driver, but I just wanted to first of all give my condolences to the Mays family. Um, it's hard to, it's just hard to process that Councilman Mays is gone.
It is.
You say.
Um, and like what you mentioned about those people in the echo chamber, it just it was unbelievable the disrespect that they have shown over there. And the other platform, people were, bragging about what his replacement will do and all of this, that, and the other. Um, but I did want to make mention of RL. I'm loving how everybody in the community is loving on RL. Like,
Yes.
it brightened my day to see RL and for him to be with Winters and Mickey and them. It's like it took that sadness away, because nothing I wanted more than to see Councilman Mays return to his seat, because he was wrongfully removed. He was wrongfully removed as president. He was wrongfully, suspended twice for the same thing.
Right.
It was wrong.
Right. It is,
But I certainly hope that, if you should decide to run, or if you secure the appointment, because from what I'm hearing, and this is just street, nothing factual, but people are discussing it, they are trying to, some of them want to, some of them want to appoint Dion Freeman, and then others want to appoint, I heard Leisha Williams' name, and I also heard Cynthia Haynes' name for the first ward. And I don't think that the first ward will have quality representation with either of the three. And no disrespect to my, my Black sisters, because, we catch hell out here in this workforce. I catch hell all day, every day,
absolutely.
Being a female.
Yes.
But they lack, number one, the experience. Number two, the temperament and the mindset to serve, because I feel as though they will come into that role with the Laydell style leadership of where, I have a chip on my shoulder, I'm going to get mine, and you figure out how to get yours. And I feel like the community don't need any more of that. We need people in the community that know how to love on people, that know how to take care of the people, that understand that being a public servant means to serve. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
to serve. And and I think that it's important that people remember who put you in that seat. And I've heard Councilwoman Jared Winfrey Carter state that so many times at meetings. She always thanks the residents for coming out. She's always talking to the residents, Tanya Burns, Councilwoman Tanya Burns, and, God rest her soul, Councilman Eric Mays. Yes. They knew their people.
Yes. And that's important.
And
you got to know who you're serving. And you got to know who you're serving.
Right. And, hands down, the first ward, I saw it's a girl, her name is Jade. I think Jade is a bumper, Jade Williams from Alabama. Jade has done an amazing job with I think it's it's like a compilation of videos. She's got a very good compilation of videos where Councilman Mays talked about each thing that these council people were after and what they done. And also, I want to encourage everyone, if you have not, please watch the entire Anton Daniels his last interview with Eric Mays. I'm telling you, tears will stream down your face. Some is laughter, some is hurt, but it is it's amazing, unbelievable, unexplicable, but it's prevalent,
Yeah.
for today. And I agree with you, Clack. Please, y'all, we can't lose the momentum. We can't lose this fight. We got to stand behind Miss Beverly. And I hope and pray y'all keeping a good check on Miss Beverly and her husband, because God knows they was out there doing the lead work.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
She fought. And, you think about it. Now, Flint police are amongst the lowest of the low, in my opinion. You took an oath to serve and protect, and you didn't even check on a man who was bitten by a dog when he was out doing his civic duties. I don't think nothing of that. And I don't think anything of how they do what I call selective policing. They are adamant about policing the residents, but they're not adamant about the people that provoke the residents.
Yeah.
And, I think it's wrong.
Yeah, that's some
I think it's absolutely wrong.
That's some of the issues.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It is.
But, and I hope that, I wish you luck in the race. If I could vote for you, I definitely would, because I believe Eric Mays, I swear, I believe he would, if he could, his spirit would roll out the chair and say, right here, Carol.
Yeah, he cussed, because he know he could call and cuss me out, so he probably would, and he would do it too. Let me get wrong. Thank you so much for calling in, Miss Tia. You be safe out there on the road too, dear.
Thanks, Tia.
We're praying for you. You stay
That's
safe.
10-4. Always. And look, if y'all need anything, I'm a phone call away.
Yes, ma'am. Keep on trucking, sister. Okay, thank you. All right, callers, call in. Yeah, she made some good points. And also with the police, that was kind of disappointing to me too, that they allowed
it's the same thing with the thing with the police. They're told what to do. They take orders. They were told if they want to keep their job, they're gonna do what the hell they was told to do. Right. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know.
It is. They also did arrest Murdoch. Yeah, Miss Carol, respectfully. Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl Hart. Thank you so much. Because I take that as honor. I respected Mr. May. So would anybody else? Oh, somebody asked about the candlelight vigil.
Tomorrow at 6.
It is tomorrow, and his son is supposed to be hosting it, and it is for the people. To my understanding, and Eunice Jackson said it is by his son. It was first announced by the law group on behalf of the son. Lily is riding their coattails. Okay, so I don't know about that. That's what Miss Eunice said. So don't nobody be getting mad at me. Yes, this is so disheartening. Let me tell y'all something. Mr. Mays was a great man. They talk about him like a dog, but this tells the story, because if he was such a disgrace, then
I think we are gonna go live tomorrow.
Yes, I think
at some point everybody down there gonna be live
stream.
It's gonna be 10,000 people down there going live at the same time.
Yes.
And you know what?
I just hit that like
at this point. At this point, if he got the backbone to come up in there with all them people that know that he didn't care for them, and all the people that don't care for him, and stand there and act like me.
Well,
I wouldn't Eric was my dog. Yes. You know what I mean? We weren't best friends like everybody else, because Eric would cuss you out in a second. Yes, but you know what I mean? But I respected him, he respected me.
Right. And y'all had a mutual respect for one another, and a decorum or a relationship still.
Right.
It wasn't we hang out every day relationship, but when y'all saw each other, y'all gonna chat it up. If y'all need to talk, y'all gonna holler at each other. If y'all see each other out, you might throw back a drink, or talk a little.
I had to explain to Eric why it took me so long to get into politics, because Eric know who my parents is. I had to explain to him. He couldn't understand for the life of him why it took me 40 years to get into politics. Like he couldn't understand it. But at the end of the day, he was there. So Eric came out off the bench, off the stage, or whatever you call it, to come give me an application for the ARPA. He came walk me to the office and gave me the application.
Yes.
Like I don't know. Don't miss the man.
Thank you, Big Shady.
Yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see RL yesterday
It
on the show.
was,
I
it
cried
was.
laughing when he
I didn't see the
that
whole
was
thing, but it was
man.
nice just to see him.
Yo, that was so
Daryl
funny.
Campbell.
Yeah, he went. I
Daryl
saw that too.
Campbell's live. I saw him on his.
But
I didn't see
when he
because Winters makes him cut up. Okay?
Man, he ain't have to cut up. She asked him, did he want to see her feet?
Oh Lord, yeah.
And then look when the girl called, I said, "What's up, baby? Talk to me." Like it was cool. It was funny. It was funny.
And when that little situation jumped off with Ariel and the police, Winters definitely was one of the first people to throw herself in front of Ariel.
You talking about with the with Miss Arbor and yeah,
and that was very upsetting. But
yeah,
Winters did put herself in harm's way. Cause she loved Ariel. He's a lovable person. He's a staple in our politics. He's at every meeting, so you can't help. But
man, my first interaction with RL was the scariest. I had an internship at City Hall with Woodrow Stanley, and I came out the mayor's office and RL standing there. Like I didn't expect him to say, I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? But he come up with that, hey. I'm like, man, what the fuck with this? But yeah, that was back in like 96, 97, somewhere up in there. But he was always down at City Hall.
And he know your full name if you've been in politics.
Yeah.
He know your full name. Yesterday was bittersweet.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yes, I can feel him.
So y'all gonna vote for Carol? Look at me just being messy. Just messy.
Yeah, vote for me. If I put my name on the ballot, I promise y'all that I will fight tooth and nail for you.
We already know you're gonna do that. We already know that they would hate to see you coming.
Man,
they would
hate to see. They would hate me to nothing. I can forget that.
They would hate to see you coming.
Like a son of a gun. They don't. Baby, my appointment days is probably over.
Yours and mine too. I ain't never got appointed to nothing.
Man, the only reason I was appointed because of Mays, because he like when you tell the truth on somebody. He like when you tell the truth on somebody and don't let them make it if they trying to get over on the people. Because that's what type of person he was. He wasn't going to let you rob the community and just act like he don't see it. Mr. Mays, he had bills to pay like everybody else, but he was not willing to pay them off the back of the residents and the people that he represented. And that's where he gained my respect. They could say whatever they like about Mr. Mays. One person he didn't beat for $1 is the first ward. Okay, I can tell you that for a fact because he is my council person. So I think I can absolutely tell you what type of service he rendered to us.
If you want to know why Eric was so adamant and so upset and so, the way he was, go down his street. Look at his block.
Right.
Look at his block. He come out the house, going to city council, and he like the only 2 or 3 houses on the block.
Yeah, and he knew what was happening.
Right. So that's why I'm like, he knew what was going on. Go down the block. From his street, go all the way to Saginaw Street. It might be 10, 12 houses in them 3-4 blocks.
And what you have to also understand about Mr. Mays is Mr. Mays came up. His father was a pastor. Right. He came up, when Woodrow Stanley was in office. That was his heyday, and he went to Michigan State. And, his father and his family was well connected. And Flint was getting money. And it was a money-making mecca. And the American dream was here for all. And, and he saw that. And he benefited from that. And then he saw it dry up right before his very eyes, not due to industry like they want you to believe, but due to politics.
Due to politics.
Yep. And he knew the game.
He could see it. Yes, he saw his neighborhood going from, I'm not gonna say from sugar to, but y'all, but what, like you can see it. You can see it. You can see it. So if you wonder why he fought like how he fought, he could see the injustices. He could see the inconsistencies. He could see the inequities from his neighborhood to go 10 minutes south, and like over there by Mott in the 7th Ward. Like you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the 1st Ward and 8th. But he saw that happening right in front of his face.
Michelle Pfeiffer wants to know when the election will be. And I'm not sure
August 6th.
Is it August or the May? We would have to get in the August one and not the May one, because isn't it one coming up in May?
Well, I don't know. Mine August 6th.
Okay, so maybe August 6th. But I'm going to definitely check up on that. Our town having council person elections too. Chris Michaels. Okay. So it's a lot going on. And did you see the situation with the voting on was that Tuesday? It looks like Joe Biden and Donald Trump are going to be back in this thing. Did you see it? Did you see?
I'm voting for Larry.
I don't know who Larry is.
Larry, the dude to be coming down to city council with the bald head.
Oh, well, I don't know. Larry gonna make the presidential election.
I'm voting for Larry.
Art posted applications starting Monday for the appointment of the 1st Ward. I'll never get an appointment for the
I
first
hadn't
ward.
no name. He didn't respond to my text message
prior to his passing. We went over to his house several times. I even posted. We went over there in a caravan.
Shit,
Miss
him too,
Bev, Miss Tia,
growth and development,
Miss Councilwoman Burns, Miss Bev's husband. A convoy of us went up there and took him flowers and balloons. And he cussed Miss Bev out. He cussed the attorney out. He cussed us out. And then he told us we left all that shit on his porch. People think he died. At that point, he was still alive. So, I was like, oh my God. He was like, people thinking I died. Y'all left all that shit on my porch. I'm like, oh my goodness, he done cussed us out for
he good. He good.
He did. He cussed us out. Talking about somebody left all that stuff on his my fault. I know this is a community conversation. I just wanted to relate. Ha ha ha. That's okay. Join right in, honey. It's for everybody. You have a community, so you can conversate with us. Because what affects our community eventually affects other communities that are like ours. Because they don't do nothing but run the same plays over and over again.
You see what they doing? They done got old girl on Rolling Martin. You see that, Mickey?
What
girl?
Tiffany Henyard.
She
was on Rolling
down to down in Dalton that we was talking about.
Man, she went on. Man, no, they didn't get her,
What?
but she went on Rolling Martin. Gave her a little Mickey Mouse interview. Y'all need to check that out.
Well, what did he say, Phyllis?
He ain't asking no real questions. He ain't dig in on nothing. He just pretty much let her skate. And then once the people start calling, see, this what we got to do. Y'all always hear our saying it. We got to come together. Everybody got to share. Everybody got to complain. Everybody. Once people from Dalton start calling and texting and emailing him, he went back and he had to do another show about her. So the same way they did with Dr. Richie. I know I emailed him 3 or 4 times. Good long books. Good long books. So I guess not enough people got to Dr. Richie like they did with Roland, because Roland came back. Oh, it ain't. No.
Roland came back.
Yeah. Okay. So Roland came back. So y'all should check that out. So if they can do it in Dalton got 20,000 people.
Everybody has to start posting stuff. I'm voting for President Biden and Assistant President Harris because of that. Yeah, I voted another president. Okay, I missed that because I don't know. It's going to
look, no name. If Roland get Liddell, I'm not gonna say. I'm sorry. If Roland get her on the to interview.
She doing the same thing that Mary's doing. They so y'all crazy.
No, it's the truth. If you see they reading the same playbook. They both on chapter 9 right now. Everybody, they on the same chapter.
Break that down. I don't know what you mean by breaking that down, but when I say that it's the same playbook, the same assault that has happened on our school district has happened in like Benton Harbor, but they're recovering Saginaw, they're recovering Detroit, all the urban education districts.
But the difference between us and them is we got all them charter schools in Flint.
Yes.
They don't have all the charter schools like we do.
Yes.
Nobody has all the charter schools like Flint does, except for Detroit. But that's been like per capita, we still got more charter schools though.
Yes. And then also, not just to say this, look at this housing situation that just took place in Detroit. Flint has had a similar housing situation. A bunch of houses were just heisted from the residents here. That's the same thing
for 1.2 million. They got $97 million. They couldn't have took that 1.2, gave it to the people and paid for their houses so they could keep their money, so they can keep their houses.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know if that's how it works, but it seemed like somebody.
I sent Dr. Richie
Hell, Don Pfeiffer got 1.2. He could have kept everybody in the house. I'm sorry for putting the business out there, Mr. Pfeiffer. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, like I don't believe that they let somebody from out in the boondocks that don't nobody even know come in here and spend 1.2. They ain't even know that's. I mean, I ain't got 1.2, but that's not really a lot of money.
Renee Jackson said that she could have jumped through that TV when Quincy was up there lying about how he was with Mr. Mays. I would have got him to clap and the boom on public TV. Oh, it's all connected. I'm telling you. And it is. Yes. That's why you have to pay attention where you can as much as you can. Yes. He could do a mini series of claps. Yes. I can relate with see Eric Mays. Happy birthday, September 16th. My birthday is the 6th of September. My mother's birthday is the 16th of September, the same as Mr. Mays's. And my sperm donor's birthday is the 6th of September. And he is a pistol girl. I still be asking my mama, look here, I'm over 50. Is you sure that's my daddy? She be like, girl, don't be questioning me like that. I know who I've been with. Yeah, that's your daddy. I'll be like, no, I can't believe it. Because he a cold piece of
Don't
work.
nobody care about your September birthday. My birthday March 30th.
My
Now
whole
y'all better hit my
family is
cash app.
September's.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just
my
playing.
birthday is March 23rd. So Aries in the house.
Yeah, I'm an Aries.
You want to see me? They want to see Miss Carol tell Mom Murphy off. Who is Mom Murphy? Is they talking about quit two Virgo parents? I know you fought for your life.
Sorry,
Yes,
sis.
I did. Because they, and listen, my sperm donor was a Virgo. My mother is a Virgo. My father, Curtis Osborne, rest in peace, who I love dearly. My main man, 1,000 grand down for me when my mama wasn't at my game. When my sperm donor, he was there. He was my ride or die. He was the dude sitting on the bench while I was in the mall with my bestie, Jatanya Woods, shopping it up. And then he come pay for my stuff, okay? He's the one who set the bar high. Probably why I ain't gonna never get no husband. He messed me up. But anyway, he was a Virgo. His birthday is September 4th. My brother is a Virgo. I have a niece that's a Virgo. So many cousins that are, I am surrounded by Virgos, and they are some cold pieces of work.
But is you gonna run though?
I think I am. My mom is September 16th. Yes. Dude, yes. December 10th. The Virgos are servants. Love them. They do well. Yes, they do. My dad who raised me, he was so cold. And I gotta give mad shouts out to parents that raise other people's children and love them like they're their own and do for them. Because my dad worked the same place as my dad that raised me. He paid $35 a week.
I got you, Miss Jackson.
And we got
a caller.
But my dad who raised me ain't never asked him for $1. He didn't need to because he was a real man. He handled his business in his household. All right, caller, you on the air? Go ahead.
I'm calling from Kansas City, Missouri.
All righty.
Okay.
And I rather not say my name.
Okay.
But I
Eddie Griffin.
blessed to hear Councilman Mays and you and the rest of them fight for Flint, Michigan. Because I say anytime you can make it on Democracy Now, you got a mouthful to say to the public. And I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I don't know the passing. I mean, I heard about the passing, but I don't know how he passed. But I know a lot was going on, and he said a lot. Somebody probably need to check his pipes.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. We lost a soldier, and we thank you for your condolences. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you listening in and supporting us, and keep us in your prayers.
And I will. I definitely will, because that Liddell Lewis is something else. Something's wrong with her mentally.
You think so?
But I know so. Something is definitely wrong. I don't know her, but what I have observed between her and Mrs. Michette, something is going on with them. But something is definitely wrong with Miss Liddell Lewis.
Okay.
And it's so sad. But y'all stay encouraged.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
make sure y'all stay prayed up as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So let me ask.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye. Thanks for calling in.
How they know he died from natural causes so quick?
I don't know that they knew that, because
they said what they said.
The body wasn't even out the house in the news, because I went to the scene. I was in the bed and Miss Burns was blowing that phone off the hook. But I had more than Miss Burns because you had called me Miss Tia.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I know you seen. I called. Yeah.
Slow train line of calls. But I had work. I had been going to work at like having to touch car parts at 4 a.m. and getting off at like 12:30 and 2:30 afternoon. So I'm in the bed at like 7:30. So the phone blowing off the hook. And I promised to God because we knew Mr. Mays was sick. But when I seen Miss Burns call me back to back like that, I said, "Oh my God, I hope ain't nothing happening here." And then I was like, "No, ain't nothing happening." And then the phone kept ringing, but I'm sleeping.
What's up? No, what's good, brother?
And then the next thing I know, my mom's in there because Miss Burns' mom and my mom, me and Miss Burns are, I'll say loosely related. So her mom called my mom, and my mom comes in there like, "Tanya's trying to call you. We've got some bad news." And then my mom drops it on me, and I'm in the bed at like 7 something. And after that happened, I stayed up to like 2:33.
What's good?
It had to go to work.
But
so
but if I don't understand. I don't know how long autopsies.
No, they didn't have time to do.
That's what I'm saying. So how can they say that he died from natural causes already? It's already in the news. Eric Mays died from Councilman May. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but he died from natural causes. How do they even know? Like, I mean, how do they even know? How is a heart attack natural causes? Is cancer natural causes?
I mean,
is you just wake up dead natural causes? Like, what is?
He hasn't been feeling good.
You're right.
And he had a big knot right here on his neck, on his back, that I've been watching grow over the past several years. And you know, me and him, we kind of spoke about it loosely, but he didn't really want to talk about it, and he wasn't going to deal with it from the conversation that he and I had. And I don't know if he ever found out what it was or whatever, but he had a few health issues that we had loosely spoke about, and I don't know if he ever got them checked. But I don't think, I'm no doctor, but observing that knot that he had, and listening to how and going over to his house, and he telling us that he was not feeling well and he wasn't taking company. That's another reason I don't believe it was natural causes, because he said he wasn't feeling well when me and Councilwoman Burns went over there.
I'm just over here critically thinking.
Right.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I had thought about it already. Like, how can they already call it natural causes when, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't even, I don't know.
Somebody, Jolene said, yes, both of those are natural causes. Cancer? Well, how about we still ain't done with the pipe restoration? So maybe he died from Legionnaire. We don't know.
And you know they ain't in the rush. If the outside of the ground look like how I do up there in the first ward, you know what they doing up under the ground. So they ain't in the rush to change the damn pipes up there where they at. You know, so ain't no telling what just happened. Ain't no there's no telling. But
let me say this. I'm gonna say this now, because I'm trying to figure out how is the pipes on this side, if they haven't been completely changed, how are you keeping the lead and the chemicals
over there
flowing all the way over here? Because water don't stay in one area, you know. So how is you keeping Legionnaires over there, even though my pipes have been changed? And I think they did a great job. It looked like anyway. I don't know. I'm no water specialist. But how is you keeping it from over there from getting over here to my house? Because we ain't done with the pipe restoration. They could have poisoned him.
What's his name? Herschel Walker
was so powerful.
Remember Herschel was talking about the bad air in China?
Yeah.
That's what our good air. That's a good question.
I don't know anything about him having COVID. Did someone find him?
I heard that he did.
I think his sister found him. I'm not sure about that because I heard that. Did his sister tell me that? Because we did go over her house. I think she did. I think his sister did say she found him. They still murdered Mr. Mays. Man passed away with a broken heart. I agree with you, Karen Malone.
Hey, but you better watch everybody.
Wholeheartedly, I believe that he was so upset about the judicial system not doing its part. Because like I often said before he passed, they can get him into court the next week.
That ain't natural.
But they can't get him. They can't get nobody else in the court. It take everybody else years, but they can get Mays in court the next day. He jaywalked today. He in court tomorrow, and they throwing a book at him, and he be in the rain by the time I get off work. Right. If he died, 40 seconds. Okay, if he died of a heart attack or complications from cancer, would be natural causes, or if he had COVID, it's natural causes that killed him due to low immune system due to COVID if he was. if that was the case.
They
Okay,
let
well,
they
we
let the
learned
they let
something.
the habitual rapist out and was finna throw Eric up in there.
Probably called natural causes, but they say when there was no foul play. Well, like I said, I don't know if his family or his son's going to do an autopsy.
Oh, okay.
You
All right,
know, I
Jolene.
hope nobody did anything to Mr. Mays. I don't think they did, but I can't be sure, and I don't put anything past anybody these days because Mr. Mays was a thorn in
Yes,
their
it is,
side.
Angela.
So anyway, we will miss him. I definitely will be going live from the candlelight vigil tomorrow. We love you guys for hanging out with us. John Snow, all of you guys from California and all across the country. Um, you got donations, you get charged a felon. Yep, to FaceTime. You get a $11,000 lawnmower and you good. Absolutely, Angela.
Hey, real talk, real quick.
Go ahead.
That's I think that there's way more than a lawnmower and way more than some candy. I think
That's what you caught them with.
I think that's
It's
what they
some
got
stuff
caught
you
with.
didn't
I
catch.
think that they got some way more because
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I think it's more than just a lawnmower and some candy. And I think it's more. I think that's what they wanted us to find, or if they just found that, that's it. There's more. I believe that there's more. I might be wrong.
Right,
But we
right,
do.
right. Google Eric right now. He worth 120 million. Where the money at? Lord have mercy. You oh my God, y'all don't say that. Oh, you were right for his seat since they are taking applications. I definitely will run for his seat. That's for appointments, and they're not going to select me for an appointment. I can bet the ranch on that, but I wouldn't be scared to put my name out there. But when it comes time to put it on the ballot, I'm thinking I'm definitely going to throw my hat, my name in the hat. They're watching right now saying, I hope Miss Carol doesn't become the first
Me
word
too,
council
Anna.
person. Yeah, she better hope not, because I'm right back on my boys' assignment, and they're gonna unask that money. And Miss Carol, you on Facebook? I am. I'm under community conversation and mitten to mouth. But go to a community conversation. That's my business. I'm gonna have to get on that because that personal one I don't halfway do that right. Yes, but anyway, Mickey's throwing us off the air, and we're gonna
Yeah.
see you next Friday. Thank you so much, and
Don't forget about tomorrow.
tomorrow's visual and a community conversation. I'll be going live, and it's got a big capital A, and it's like orangey. Anyway, goodbye. We love you guys, and thank you for all the love and support. Peace.